Alrighty, guys, we're back for Dimir Wizards, and this is a Final Fantasy Standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We have all four Black Mage's Rod. It's a 2-mana artifact equipment, job select. So when it enters, you create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, then attach this to it. So equipped creature gets +1/+0, has whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent and is a wizard in addition to its other types. And then the equip cost is pretty steep at 3, but the main thing is we're generating that wizard, right? How else are we going to be generating those wizards? Well, Cornered by Black Mages is a 3-mana sorcery. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, and then you create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay, cool. But we got more packed in. All 4. Circle of Powers. This is a 4-mana sorcery. You draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. You create one of those 0/1 black wizards with the same ability. And then also, wizards you control get +1/+0 and gain lifelink until end of turn. Okay, that's pretty cool, man. And technically the main build around, which is a little silly, right? Probably a little janky, but we do have some powerful cards packed in. A top end. Ertai Resurrected. Yeah, that's a wizard. That's cool. Not going to take the time to go over it right now. Patchwork Banner, we're going to go ahead and call wizard on, boosting all those extra tokens and whatnot. But guys, again, we do have some powerful other wizards. Drakecatcher is actually a wizard. Cool. We got all 4 of them. All 4 Thundertrap Trainers, too. Here's one we don't see very often. This is a 2-mana 1/2 with Offspring for 4, which honestly isn't going to be unheard of, especially if we're ramping with the Patchwork Banner. So when this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Cool. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good ability, huh? So for removal, guys, this can be your spot removal of choice, but we're opting for Strategic Betrayal because I really need to exile the opponent's graveyards all the time, but also choosing an instant or sorcery card that doesn't need an actual target on the board. Instead, we're targeting the opponent could mean that even if the opponent has an empty board state and we have enough of our wizards on the board that are dealing damage when we cast a non-creature spell, we could still just target the opponent even with an empty board state, right? And still get that damage through with those wizards. It's a similar concept to Duress 2. Target opponent reveals their hand. Even if it's an empty hand, I guess we're just targeting the opponent, maybe getting some of that extra damage through. Duress rarely misses. All 4 of them, I think it's really going to hit today. We even got a Dreams of Steel and Oil. Yeah, I think that'll do the thing nicely. And then even a couple Into the Flood Maws too, for some early tempo, I suppose. No counter spells. Look at that, guys, huh? That's how you know it's a red cat blue deck. No counter spells. All right, in the mana base, we have Midgar, City of Mako. Not going to take the time to go over it right now. We do have all 4 Verge, and we have all 4 Darkslick Shores because we're opting for the early game. So we'll see if that's enough dual lands. I don't think the deck list is going to be terribly greedy here. Some honorable mentions I thought about other spot removal, Shoot the Sheriff, Overkill's a really cool one that I'm keeping my eye on. And it looks like I have Underground River to make sure that I said about the not too many dual lands packed in. Should be fine. Okay, guys, I do my D&Ds to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. Right into that first game. What am I expecting from the build? Jank. It should be pretty janky, guys, but I'm also pretty excited to play with it. So, Duress, yeah, all right. We're keeping this. This is good. This is really good. See what you got there, opponent. See what you got. Nowhere to run. Probably before the Shielder's Edict, and then we'll take the Shielder's Edict here in a second. Before, like, yeah, we don't want to go Drakecatcher, just have them immediately pop it. Same thing with the Black Mage's Rod here. So we'll just go ahead and keep the Into the Flood Maw open. Let's take that Sheoldred's Edict and hope they don't top deck more spot removal. They still have an incredibly deadly lineup here. I will gladly take the turn to tempo that out while we have it open. All right. We have our third for Patchwork Banner, but now is probably the time to actually start establishing some other goodies here. Yeah, if we would have waited for the Into the Flood Maw, we knew we had our third mana already open in hand. So they have two cards we don't know about. If it is going to be their fourth land, Bloodletter's a problem for real. All right. It's a tapped land, unfortunately. We don't have a great swing here either. And we're going to be forced into a block next turn. That's tough, man. That's a tough decision. Which one do we really want to block with? Probably the wizard. Well, they're both wizards. The black mage. That's probably the one we want to chump with. It's a tough decision, though. They do find the fourth mana. It's going to be Archfiend over the Bloodletter. So we could just take the damage here, maybe. I might have been too hasty with that Into the Flood Maw. We really don't want to double block by any means. If we're in danger one way or the other... No, we should still chump. We should. It's still way too much damage to take. Going down to 9 would be pretty extreme. We find more mana off the top, guys. Oh, no. That's a lot of mana, bro. But that means we can get the other Drake Hatcher down, huh? Before the Patchwork Banner. They have a terrific blocker over there with the Archfiend as well. So we will call Wizard with the Patchwork Banner. And consider dropping mana. Nah, it's way too soon. It's way too soon to consider that. But so they got 12 coming through in the air and a forced block on the ground. So, well, either way, we can't swing because it's too good of a blocker anyways. And again, we don't have terrific blocks against Unstoppable Slasher. So it's just going to be a chump, take 12 in the air. And we still can't get the Drake Hatcher past the Bloodletter either. And it's more mana. Oh. Guys, we flooded for real. Wait, how much mana do I have in here? I guess I'll swing for fun. They easily block, right? Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. That's okay. I still believe in the deck list. Maybe I have to apologize to the deck list for calling it janky, right? Good game about it. Good game. They finally found more of their removal too. So what do you guys think? If we would have been a little patient with the Into the Flood Maw, so I went for the tempo play, but realistically, it just set them back one turn of a 3-drop. So if I would have just not maybe taken, because what we could have done, I think the big thing there, all right, I'm trying to gather my thoughts with it. The big thing there is we knew we had the third mana. So I easily still could have done my 2-drop and kept the third mana open for when they dropped their demon. And we still could have stopped their play on their 4th turn, but instead sent a 4-mana card back instead of a 3-mana card. So some of that came down to me for real. It wasn't just the flood. Also, seeing like Strategic Betrayal would have been pretty good in that game. Wow. Yeah. All 4 Strategic Betrayals for a good reason, huh? Even Ertai would have been good, actually. Wow, yeah. Yeah, I guess we could have, even though I could have played out the early game a little better, I guess we really could have seen a lot more. Cornered by Black Mages. Same concept, right? We're keeping this. Instead of Midgar, we won't have our third. Versus a mountain, we definitely go Dreams of Steel and Oil turn 1. Yeah. Yeah, Midgar holding us up with the tapped land. Wow. VV. I'm so sorry, VV. Oh, no. Oh, man. Hey, Corey Steelcutter, good draw, opponent. Very good draw. We would have taken that over the VV all day. All right. We don't have our third yet, but that's okay. We still go Black Mage's Rod. Because we could have established Midgar, get it down tapped, and then have our third open next turn for the Cornered by Black Mages, but even so, we'll still have Strategic Betrayal. At Bitter Reunion, they're definitely going to be powering up a Monk here. Trade out that land, maybe? No, oh, it was another land, that's why. Not a terrible trade for us, but just taking 2, we're safe enough for now. So we don't find the open mana, but that's fine. We can get this down tapped. Strategic Betrayal is sorcery speed, and I think we will actually do this over the Thundertrap Trainer. It should be all too easy for them to continuously generate monks, but at least we have a couple cornered by mages in a row too. I think this is fine. I think we're about to see why Dreams of Steel and Oil hitting a Corey Steelcutter is way more essential here, but we'll see. Agatha's Soul Cauldron, nice. Storm Chaser's Talent, power up a Monk, and they got great card draw next turn with the Ill-Timed Explosion. Going down to 16 here. And if we miss mana, oh, Patchwork Banner's not terrible. Yeah, one game we flood a little bit. This game we kind of really want to see more mana, and open mana at that. The Midgar actually slowed us down pretty good. So the sacrifices the Otter, and they probably have what they need to power up the Corey Steelcutter next turn, because draw 2, they could easily find a 1-drop, so extra Monk. Still worthwhile popping the Otter over the Banner, right? Probably. Might actually give us a swing here too. We don't want to forget Soul Cauldron has the potential of giving counters if it's a creature, which there are no creatures luckily right now. Okay, there goes the Otter. Yeah, we go for the swing. Both of our wizards on the board doing extra damage every time we play something here, so I don't think... I'm pretty sure we're the ones on the defense, but maybe we can actually keep up a little bit. A huge thing for us would be mana off the top. Patchwork Banner, get the trainer down on the same turn. That would be huge for us. Ill-Timed Explosion. I hope they don't wipe the board, actually. They could. I feel like they're going to keep the cards in hand, but they could wipe the board. No, it doesn't have to be a wipe. They could wipe our board, discarding a 1-drop. Oh, they do discard a 1-drop, guys. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's really bad news. Now, was it a creature? It was not. That's good. They just, they pick up Ill-Timed Explosion for fun. We find mana, but it's tapped mana, unfortunately. Well, that's fine. Our turn was slowed down pretty significantly by their 2-for-1 anyways. So, Cornered by Black Mages gets rid of their Monk. Just doing these 1-for-1 trades is just not going to work out as they continuously generate with the Corey Steelcutter. They do find another VV too. Wow, okay. See what's left in their hand. No creatures in the grave is very good news. Yeah, because the Soul Cauldron boosting the VV. They do go ahead and attach the Corey Steelcutter. They go for the swing. We take the 1 down to 12. We don't want to lose our 0-1 here. Another Ertai. So we can we can pop the VV. Can pop the VV with the Ertai. I don't know if we want to necessarily do that on our turn. They could have protection in here, shore up style protection, right? Or if we want to keep it open, maybe get a counterspell next turn too. Just keeping keeping the 4 open. I apologize, opponent. I'm thinking, buddy. We do have some options here because we also have Banner, swing for 1. We also hit for 1. They'd be down to 12. And then we still have 2 open for Thundertrap Trainer to find more off the top. We're kind of stuck between, like, how far on the defense do we need to be? Especially with this VV, this could be a big problem. I think I like the aggressive play just because that's the type of player I am, right? And this is actually pretty sick. Thundertrap Trainer could be a emergency blocker too. Circle of Power, yeah. Oh man, it's just too bad. I'm totally gonna take the Circle over the Duress. The Duress could be really good here too, guys, but Circle's so cool. And I'll swing down to 12. Anyways, what was I saying? I got distracted. Circle of Power is such a neat one. So sleight of hand, it does look like they're going to power up the Quarry Steel Cutter for the turn. We might have a good block into the 2-2, however. We'll see, we'll see. Down to 10 as Vivi is wrecking our soul. We don't want to forget that top ability here. They can pay 0, and then... Oh, and it's also getting a huge boost as they're playing a ton of cards from hand. Sleight of hand being incredible here, right? Finding them exactly what they need on the top. So they could have 3 open mana from the VV alone, but they already have 2 here. So at that point, what does it matter, right? I guess they could use Quarry Steel Cutter on the Otter. We're going to chump their biggest thing that doesn't have trample for... Oh, stock up. Wow. Down to 8. We already took 4 damage from the VV alone, guys. The Ertai was probably a better play. Because we're probably dead here, actually. I think we died this turn. So what did I learn from this game? Keeping VV alive is a bad idea. For real. Also, what I learned from this game is we don't have to consider dropping mana just based on that first game, right? Like, more testing required, period. Oh, they might have missed on the stock up, guys. Okay, Agatha's Soul Cauldron for funsies, right? They give haste to the Otter with the Bitter Reunion. They still have a Mountain open. I thought we were going to die. They probably found a Monstrous Rage because they haven't played one yet. But down to 2 could be a Burst Lightning. It's not. Wow. But unfortunately, right down to 2 means we can't lose 2 life from Circle of Power. We can still pop with the Ertai. We had a way to gain 1 life before Circle of Power. Let's drop the GG. Let's do the fun thing, huh? Let's do the fun thing. Right down to 0. And then our wizards get lifelink and get the little boost too. So I think the big turning point there, guys, was actually the 2-for-1. They have it underneath their cauldron. Ill-timed explosion. Yeah. Yeah, we knew they had that too. The problem was the fact that it didn't hit anything on their board. So it did act as a true 2-for-1 then. If we would have been able to actually keep the wizards around, we still probably would have been in danger because I wouldn't have prioritized their VV. I would have seriously prioritized the circle. And instead of circle, still the duress would have been pretty good. But no, Ertai needed to pop the VV period. I really like the hands so far. See what you got there, opponent. What you got? Split up. No more lies probably, right? Split up's a problem too, though. It is. But I still want to get my turn 2 down on 3 too, so I'm going to start with Drake Hatcher. Okay, there's their second mana. All right. That's a good draw. Let's see if it lands. Now, oh, there's a huge problem with split up since we have vigilance on the Drake Catcher. That's a problem, dude. They probably do that too, don't they? They just call untapped, get another 2-for-1. Well, not another. This is a different opponent, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah, that's a problem, bro. That's a problem. But also, I stay by taking the No More Lies. We do find our 3rd mana. That's great news. I'm actually just going to go into Banner since they're tapped out. Call Wizard on the Banner. All right, they got Enduring Curiosity open. More mana, I guess, is okay. See if Banner number 2 comes down. Thundertrap Trainer. We totally have 6 mana for the Offspring on the other Trainer next turn. 3 steps ahead. I would say that's a good counterspell. 2 counterspells out of the opponent's deck list. We find tapped mana. If it was untapped, maybe I'd do it beforehand. We gotta hope they didn't draw a 3rd counterspell, guys. Because I'm going for it. Offspring and all. This would be huge for us here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They did draw a 3rd counterspell. All right. Well, we have officially fizzled out. We got to have some good card draw. Hey, cornered by Black Mages isn't terrible. The big problem here is it's sorcery speed. So I guess we'll save it for when they actually play some of these other creatures. Depending on how long we think it's going to take them to do 20, we might have to concede so we can get some more games in. For real, we're not showcasing this deck list to its fullest potential, I would say. Couple Brine-born Cutthroats, and they actually just go Enduring Curiosity to draw 2 this turn instead of waiting for the Flash. And the Flash would have given extra counters, but drawing 2 is so essential, I would say, because they don't know what's left in this deck list either, so... so they can easily sacrifice here the Curiosity because it comes back as an enchantment. They actually just go for a Brineborn Cutthroat. So now Strategic Betrayal is going to take the other Cutthroat because they can't exile the Curiosity. Unless it gets countered. Still got 2 mana open though. They take 1 from the Wizard. Their grave is gone. Yeah. Down to a Curiosity, but that's definitely what they want to keep because we don't plan on blocking with our 2-3. So they're going to draw. Yeah, we don't want to chump because we've fizzled out, just entirely fizzled out. But the Thundertrap Trainer, like, the first thought here is like, oh man, we need more card draw. But the Trainer kind of replacing itself, but we also lost both Trainers to counterspells. The Offspring Trainer's crazy business. All right, let's see if we can get the Black Mage's Rod. All right. All right, it's a 3-3 now. The question is, do we go for the swing? Or do we just, because they're going to hit us for 4. They also have Restless Anchorage they could power up twice. Also, they got 4 cards in hand. I guess we just swing because we haven't even seen any of their Get Lost or anything yet. So even if we save a blocker, there's no guarantee that we get to keep that blocker around by any means. So, oh, another Curiosity and then power up Restless Anchorage twice, and that's game. Oh, they missed lethal, guys. So maybe there's another thing. wait, what I'm missing something? Maybe they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They need 3 to power up 1 and 3 to power up the other. Oh, they need 8 then. Yeah. I am missing something. Wow, Strategic Betrayal's good, man, but they got way too much card draw. This is actually pretty sick because you get the ability from the 1 Wizard, and then you get the ability from the Black Mage's Rod as well. So you get 2 damage coming through with all that. They do go ahead tap down this Wizard, and since they had the extra flash creatures, they just sacrifice one of those. And it was kind of a good game, guys. Again, I think we could have drawn a little better, but also, it's like I said, I was going into this expecting jank from the deck list, but I wouldn't be playing it for the channel if I also wasn't expecting fun. So I think we can have a good time here with the last couple matches. Also, thank goodness the opponent was playing a control deck that actually knows how to do damage too. So thank you, opponent. That's always a good thing. Control in and of itself is not a bad style of deck. It's the control lists that don't know how to actually win the game on its own. Guys, hey, while I have you here in the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link too if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. And then also, guys, for the YouTube side of things, well, hold on, guys. We might have froze. Let me go ahead and pause the recording, and then we'll talk about the YouTube side of things. Okay, so it did end up freezing, guys. Yeah. Ended in a draw after I restarted the game. Anyways, the YouTube side of things. If you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. So thank you guys. Let's see if we can actually get into a couple more games. And honestly, these wizards should totally do the thing. Oh, also guys, don't forget the Circle of Power is also card draw on the top end too. So, oh no, I really like this hand, but we don't have a blue source. Oh, we can't. Our only blue source is Patchwork Banner, but the opponent goes first. Yeah, we got them all again. Okay. Okay, much better. Wow. Wow, really good actually. But I'm going to send the banner. The banner's been pretty slow so far. I actually am considering dropping down to 3 or maybe 2 of them to go up more removal and utility and stuff too. Caretaker's talent, right? Right? Yeah. And then probably Sunfall next, and we let them pop one of the... We let them pop something with the Get Lost. Yeah. Yeah, because we have another Black Mage's Rod next turn, and a Duress open too. They actually decide that my wizard is not worth their time. How dare, opponent. Oh man, that's really funny. Okay, well. Thundertrap Trainer is pretty good. Gonna be the Get Lost now? No, it's gonna be a Braid. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, probably take that Sunfall now. Yeah. Yep, they have the 5 mana necessary for it too, so. Okay. And once we have our 4th, we'll have Ertai Resurrected open, hopefully. Thundertrap Trainer could grab like another Duress or something, potentially, right? Top 4 cards. We already have 2 Duress out of the build, but another 1 mana thing. Into the Flood Maw won't have a target. Plus, it's probably just better to play the Black Mage's Rod. We'll try it before the swing, even though I don't think it matters too much here because, oh no, it does matter. Yeah, yeah. If we would have swung and they would have used the Get Lost on the 2-1, then we wouldn't have had the equipped creature. But now, if they do it, it's like they're just going to go Mirac's token anyways. Again, they're not prioritizing our wizards with the Get Lost. They got 2 cards in hand we don't know about. I'm guessing Forge comes down. They got Restless Bivouac open. We'll gladly take that. Mana off the top would be decent. Oh! Oh, okay, alright, we get to keep our creatures. Okay, good. Good, I'd rather keep my creatures, right? I think so. But that was still pretty good, though, for the opponent. Because the Black Mage's Rod will slowly drain. Yeah, that was still pretty good. Because, yeah, we'd have them over here, we could just re-equip them. Okay, yeah, I do like their play. But it popped their Mirac's token, too, then. Well, the 3 damage would have done that, too. Alright guys, Thundertrap Trainer kind of sort of thins the deck. I'm going to do it before combat here. They do have Get Lost open for one of the 1/1s, but Their Get Lost isn't hitting too many good targets, I would say. Oh no, there's the mana app. Well, we shuffled it back in, at least. This is pretty funny, though. I actually really like this deck, but we gotta figure out how to get it to do more, too. As we're really struggling to draw what we need to draw. All those extra Duress really came in handy. I think I'm gonna do the Thundertrap Trainer again before combat. Again, we could find another Duress, and this does thin the deck list in favor of actually seeing mana on the top too. Dreams of Steel and Oil or another cornered by Black Mage is probably cornered because Dreams of Steel and Oil could miss here, artifact or creature. And cornered by Black Mages actually lets us... Oh man, they have Restless Bivouac for the turn too. It don't matter, we still have to push damage every turn, right? Probably. They actually just go Fountain Port Fishy over the Bivouac. So they go for the trade instead of just blocking with the Bivouac. Probably because we have a swamp open and they can't guarantee that it's not a cut down. Which we know we don't have cut down. The opponent doesn't know that. Yeah. In desperate need of more mana, guys. And it's been like really, really back and forth with the mana. Hey, we found the fourth. Let's go. All right. Yeah. So now I wonder if the Bivouac gets powered up. Ertai's open. We could counter. We could pop one of our tokens for card draw on our side too. Like wherever they block with the Bivouac, we can drop Ertai and just pop it. Or we could just save and wait for cornered by Black Mages, because that's also pretty good here probably. Especially with the ability. Yeah, we could get the card draw on the trainer, let them keep the Bivouac. Or we can drop the Ertai, pop the Bivouac. If they find a board wipe next turn after we drop this Ertai, then we're in some serious danger. I think we're just going to get the 3 through and play cornered by Black Mages. Or just, honestly, just keep the Ertai open. There's their Get Lost. Get 2 through down to 4. Ertai can flash down next turn. I'm just going to keep Ertai open. We're going to let them keep the Bivouac. Down to 4. Yep, okay. Let's see what they got. 2 cards we don't know about. I'll say this, man. Duress, huh? Duress does the thing. Ertai! Go, go, go! Counter target spell. GG opponent. Hey, there we go. How cool is this? It's fun. It's a nice little janky build, but boy, we needed mana. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. All right, one more. We're pushing it a little overtime. Just totally fine. Dimir Wizards. Hey guys, let me know what you think of the deck list in the comments for sure. For sure. What would you add or take out too? There's actually a lot of wizards to choose from. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Bring some fun. Bring some jank. Equal jank. The Clash of Jank would be nice. Oh, this is a pretty bad hand, right? Lots to draw into, though. This is pretty bad. Yeah, it's like one game we don't have the mana. Next game we have too much mana plus ramp. No, I'm going to try it. We're going to keep it. We're going to peer into the opponent's hand here. Turn 1. We're going to be fine. We're going to draw everything we need to draw. Crap, dude. Both of the board wipes are terrifying. They're pretty far from the Dragonback Assault for now. They don't have double red for the Brotherhood's End either. But Brotherhood's End being able to pop the banners and everything, that's too much. Too much value for them. Alright, more mana. Well, I know it probably should have been a mulligan, but I still have faith that we can draw well here. There we go. Black Mage's Rod, of course, would have been much better last turn, but it's fine. We want to establish that before the banners, because we don't need the extra ramp right now with the banners, and then when it's on the board, we're actually poking some extra damage through. Okay, third mana comes down. It's going to be the Overlord for some ramp. There's their double red, and they are now ready for the ill-timed explosion if they want. Oh, crap, dude. More mana is rough business, man. All right, we'll call Wizard here. Swing for the 3-2. I don't think our 3-2 survives, unfortunately, but they might just opt for some more ramp this turn or something, right? Second Overlord. Flunking, see? It's more ramp. See if they get the cave down, because going back up to 20 would be bad news. It's not a cave. So, oh, they still have 3 mana open. Guys, Magic the Gathering's doing the Magic the Gathering thing. How could it? I can't believe Magic would do this to us. I wonder if they got some spot removal for our 3-2, because this is they're playing the type of deck that definitely runs Torch the Tower. Well, not definitely, but you guys know what I mean. Like, it's a style of deck list that would run that. Down to 11. We're in danger, bro. Let's see what they got here. Because they got 6 mana open. They do have the Dragonback Assault. They are going to play it, then land. Oh, it does 3 damage to everything, too. Oh, that's actually brutal. I wasn't even thinking about the top board wipe. Oh. Guys. Opponent, I'll trade you. I got an island. All right, I'll trade you for the ill-timed explosion. Which, funny enough, we could totally play because Patchwork Banner. All right, guys, we're going to let the opponent play this on out because it's not going to take them long at all, especially now that Dragonback Assault is on the board. They go right into their main phase 2 after a easy swing with a dragon. More mana, more dragons. Overlord is going to power up here. Nothing else from the opponent, actually. Wow. Hey, there's a Strategic Betrayal. There's something, guys. So they just pop a dragon, and it keeps us in 1 extra turn, potentially. Because now they only got 10 on the board. They had 14 on the board, but it could have been all too easy for them to find 2 more damage. Actually, outside of Torch the Tower, this could be a deck list that actually runs Burst Lightning, because it can easily do the kicker cost, right? So, wow. Circle of Power is actually good. It would have been better with some more wizards on the board, but this is pretty good. Opponent? What? What opponent? What is it? What? Don't do it, opponent. It's not worth it. Ah, no. Opponent, why? Oh, man. I actually really like the opponent's ramp list. I can't be mad at Dimir ramp, guys, because it's actually one of my favorites. Dimir landfall, maybe, even, right? We don't actually know how many Dragonback Assaults there were, so... Alright, let's go talk about this deck list. Really, really weird case of the mana blues, huh? Whatever we want to call it. It's just like really back and forth of we need more mana and holy cow, we cannot draw more mana, right? Dimir Wizards. I think we could have showcased this much better today, so I apologize, guys. I wish we could have got some better games. It actually, when you're looking at it like this too, it's like kind of freaking sick, right? Like, this is cool. I like this a lot, but boy, we struggled, huh? And part of it's the meta, part of it's just like maybe how we put the deck list together. I could easily see dropping Banner down to 3, go up a third Ertai. Look at this. 23 mana is how much we had. What? 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 I don't think we want to drop mana. I don't think we want to go up mana. 23 is about right, dude. Now, look, yeah, sure, we're ramping with Banner, but we also have a lot of top end. 6 4-drops, or 6 4-mana cards, I should say, right? Circle of Power is not a drop, technically. It's sorcery. But, like, also Offspring for 6, and ramping into Offspring off the Banner is actually kind of insane, because you call Wizard on Banner, now you got 2 Wizards on the board, you're restocking your hand twice, too, like... Actually, that's a lot of power packed in, and something that you really just don't mind ramping into by any means. Also, Patchwork Banner mana fixing us if we do drop some banners. We drop banners down to 2, we might want to drop a couple swamps. or a island in a swamp. Go up a couple more dual lands too, because it's like I said at the beginning when I was going over the deck list, I don't think that the deck is going to be very greedy as far as like what mana's on the board at any given time. There was that one game where we only saw swamps in the opener. We had to mulligan. Yeah, that's going to happen sometimes. So more dual lands could have fixed that. Midgar even held us up one game. It's just a one-of, dude. It's not going to hold you up every game. And then there's going to be other moments too where you actually use the sorcery. And guess what? It's even more card draw. So it's like one of those things where we fizzled out against that control deck list. The first thing you think of is, well, we need more card draw, right? But we even had Midgar. You may sacrifice an artifact or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards. And we're generating extra creatures with the tokens on the Black Mage's Rod, cornered by Black Mages and Circle of Power. But also, guys, we're we have artifacts. We could sacrifice a Black Mage's Rod after the opponent already removed the creature or something, right? The equip cost is 3, which is pretty steep anyways. So trading out the Black Mage's Rod to the Reactor Raid, draw 2. That's actually pretty decent, right? So I think it's worth the one-of in here for sure. Outside of that, we got a ton of sacrifice removal or exile removal with the Strategic Betrayal kind of acting as sacrifice removal, but it's exiling, right, instead of actually sacrificing. It's cool, man. It's cool. The Drake Hatcher pretty much did nothing today, but that's just because we were stuck between a rock and a hard place for, like, every game. I do think the Drake Hatcher has a lot of potential here, guys. Vigilance Prowess is no joke. It's on a 1/3. We're boosting wizards with the Patchwork Banner again, right? So if you're curving out Drake Hatcher into Patchwork Banner into Circle of Power next turn, and then Circle of Power boosts your wizards further and gives lifelink too, you're easily going to be able to get the incubation counters required for a 2/2 Flying Drake. So yeah. This is tough, man. This is a tough one to talk about because there's just like, if we played another 5 games, I think it could look completely different. I do think we got a little unlucky there, especially after, like, I was thoroughly convinced that we had 24 mana in here. And I know that I wouldn't have put 25, right? So I thought, yeah, 24 maybe because of like top end offspring. No, we have 23. So I think we got unlucky. Anyways, guys, to recap, I would consider dropping a banner 3rd Ertai. I think Ertai is really good, but, you know, that's going up another 4-drop, and now you have less ramp, too, and less ways to boost our early wizards as well. So Black Mage's Rod is definitely one that I'm going to try out in other builds as well. I don't know what those other builds are going to look like, but I do actually think this is decent to some extent, right? It's just common, too, so that's really nice. I love budget cards. Speaking of budget, guys, when I was piecing this together, it was really nice just to play with new cards that were commons and uncommons. So if we take a look here, right, like Black Mage's Rod is just common, Cornered by Black Mages is just common, and then Circle of Power is uncommon, and that's all the new cards. Oh, outside of Midgar, which is a rare. But still, it was nice to just not worry about wild cards while piecing this together since the set just released. And by the way, guys, put it on the Do Not Craft list. No one knows where the meta's going to settle. You don't want to spend precious wild cards and then have the meta settle on the exact opposite side. But also, the deck was also pretty janky, wasn't it? So, but if you have all the cards, man, you got to give it a shot. If you have all the cards, and get back to me and let me know if it was as devastating as those matches today. And I might be being like too hard on the deck list, or too hard on the games that we actually played, because there were some good games. It's just like, I don't know, it just didn't draw like at all, really, right? I don't know. I'll have to go back and rewatch some of those games, because there might have been a couple good draws that were decent. But yeah, I like this. How many creatures do we have in here? 10 creatures. But don't forget, we're generating creatures on Black Mage's Rod and the Cornered by Black Mages. Oh, and the Circle of Power, right? Yeah, all of the cards that are generating wizards, they're not counting as creatures, but technically, kind of sort of 12 more ways to get creatures onto the board outside of just the 10 creatures, which is actually the Hatcher, Trainer, and the Ertai, right? So, yeah, and maybe some more varied spot removal could be pretty good too, because Dimir has access to a lot of varied spot removal in general. Even like a 3rd Into the Flood Maw wouldn't be terrible, I suppose. One thing right now that's floating about that's actually pretty devastating for this deck list in particular is temporary lockdown. If it just picks up all of our mage tokens, that's really bad, right? So, and then there's nothing we can really do about temporary lockdown after the fact. Like, Into the Flood Maw, bounce it back. Too bad. Our tokens are gone, dude. Like, I guess maybe we'd get the equipment back. When this equipment enters, you do get the 1/1. So, yeah, I guess the Black Mage's Rod kind of sort of if you bounce to lockdown, but they're just going to play lockdown again next turn anyways if all you had was the bounce, which is all the more reason for the third Ertai or something, right? To actually be able to counter one of their board wipes like we did today with the Sunfall. That was pretty essential. So, yeah, but I'm personally not going to change anything, guys. It's on the do not craft list anyways. We talked about a lot of potential changes here. Really like all 4 Duress and the Dreams of Steel and Oil, but this could be your arrangement of the 2. Maybe you want 2 Dreams of Steel and Oil and only 3 Duress. That's fine. You could probably go 2 and 2 and then add a cut down. I don't think anyone's going to be mad about having cut down. There's pretty much, there's 0 deck lists that a cut down won't hit something at the very least, right? Even if it's just a 1/1 token, even if it's a 1/1 fishy from a fountain port, cut down will hit something somewhere. So yeah, that's an option. Or the third Flood Maw. You could go 3 Duress, 3 Dreams, 3 Into the Flood Maws. That would be pretty decent too. Instead of Into the Flood Maw, you could consider Bounce Off as well, and you could kind of use the Bounce Off to protect your own creatures sometimes. Bounce Off would bounce like Thundertrap, and then if you already utilized Trainer's ability early game, you could bounce it and play it late game after you ramped with some Patchwork Banners for the Offspring. So Bounce Off is also something to consider for sure. Okay, guys, enough rambling, huh? And I'm talking like you're going to build the deck list. Like I said, only put it together if you already have every single card. Please do not craft anything for this deck list, okay? I guess you could do some fun trading out too based on your collection, right? But all right, guys, and like I said, enough rambling. If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.